line, make the defense communicate. Maybe you can catch them sleeping.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. That's caught. It's Jackson. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down.
Listen, you hear all the time about how important it is to stay on schedule offensively, right? And this is a perfect example. You just can't have negative plays early in drives because even when you come up with big plays like we just saw, you're still miles away from picking up this first down. You're making it so hard on your offense.
So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Quickly out to the tight end. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
The Gators will line it up on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Clark. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
It'll be a run on 3rd and short. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
The Gators are on the move. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Fires to the tight end. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on his shoulders.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
You know, these little 1 to 2, 3-yard gains early, they're like body blows in a boxing match, and those gains become 10, 12, 15-yarders as the game goes on, and they wear this defense down.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. That's caught. It's Wilson. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
And the Gators will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Hey, you come out early in the game, you're trying to send a message to your team that you're confident, you believe in them to convert these 4th downs. You didn't get that one, but don't let it be a detriment moving forward. If you want to stay aggressive, be that way throughout the course of the game.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. The give from the gun. And the visitors start their day with nothing. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They've made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and, man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Another incompletion on 3rd down.
You know, there are a lot of coaches out there who believe bye week sometimes can take away your rhythm. And that might be the case with this offense right now. They just don't seem to be clicking in the passing game.
Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. They punted away on 4th down. Books it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. This drive will start at their own 27-yard line. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Keeps looking downfield. He'll pull it down and run. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34.
Defense is all about creating negative plays, and he does a really good job at the quarterback spot of not taking sacks. Like, that's a great job. He wants to throw the football. The clock goes off. He takes off. He gets a positive gain.
The Gators with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Rushes on him. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Makes the grab on the big throw. That defense got gassed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Toss to the outside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Lagway. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And the Gators decide to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. They kick it away on 4th down. And the punt hits ground at the 2 and goes into the end zone. He just missed, hitting them right in the shadow of the goalpost. It'll come out to the 20. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. They'll give it to the back. And here's the tackle at the line of scrimmage, and that'll send us to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter as we get ready to get things started. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He's got it, 1st down and more. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll try the run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. He's taking the shot. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The Tigers come to the ball, trying to pick up this third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's second and 6. Looking to fire. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cobb. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. The run from the shotgun. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, second and 6. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to pass. And as he throws, incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on third down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. Shank missed it, and the score will stay right where it is after that miss.
And And that hurts missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. To the air. It's Lagway. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
So now it's 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Got out of trouble and throws. That's reeled in, it's Wilson. And they get him down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
From the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Brown. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it was a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are, sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion, move the sticks.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Grabbed in the middle, it's Jackson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The clock winds down for 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And he reels it in inside the 30.
How nice is it for the quarterback knowing he's got a tight end that can get down the field vertically. On the cornerback, you know if you just put it anywhere near this guy, with his long arms, he's going to pluck the football. He did it right there.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game. Running more, throwing it. In the 2nd half, throwing it specifically. I think they need to find a better rhythm. You've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the air, it's Lagway. Quickly complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Ball's at the 24. A lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the right. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking for space. It's Alston. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And
man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Looking downfield very late in the half. Got it in the middle. It's Alston. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. About to kick it away again as we are tied up in the third quarter. Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend a short field from the start after that penalty. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Singleton. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Auburn lines up quickly.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Catch inside the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. Huge play puts them in the red zone, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 15. From the gun, running back on the move. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to Pater. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Was to pass. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And this is the part of the field, man, you really got to have a plan because these windows get smaller and you're trying to fit that ball into the end zone. It's difficult to do. Quarterback, receivers, they got to be on the same page.
Quarterback keeps it on the sneak.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation. This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was looking to the end zone, and they couldn't make the connection.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football. And you saw that there on the incompletion.
Try to quiet this crowd by moving the sticks starts on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
And you could tell he trusted himself. He thought he could take off, get that first down. Just a little too much speed on that defense. They closed that gap so quick. Didn't let him get to the first down marker. Turnover on downs.
Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Finds his man. It's Sturdivant. Finds a crease at the 20. He'll get it out to the 25. Not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
The hardest thing to do in college football is tackle on the open field. These guys are so fast, so elusive. You just want to get them on the ground. You see the swing and the miss there. It leads to extra yards. So hard for a defense to get those guys on the ground.
They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Looking for a man. It's Lagway. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose. And I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical. Because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Picked off. What a way to set him up. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
And it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Auburn to the line in a hurry. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at 2nd down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on 1st down.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. He's got it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2. It's as if the end zone has a no trespassing sign posted. 1st and goal and a chance for the first touchdown of the game. Touchdown, Auburn! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And finally, somebody gets on the scoreboard. A first half of no points, 0-0. Now in the 3rd quarter. Sometimes when you get that rhythm and that offense rolling, sometimes it's hard to stop. So let's see if this is a trendsetter. Let's see if this starts the offensive momentum.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gentlemen, we've got an update on number 1 versus number 2 going on right now. Penn State is getting blitzed right now in Beaver Stadium in front of that super loyal fan base. Loyal, but my goodness, that's being tested today. They're trailing by 14 to Oregon. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this 1 versus 2 matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Catch in the middle, it's Sturdivant. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Might be changing the route. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
And listen, you get zone coverage and you can hit that curl route and he comes open continually. Keep hitting it. This might be a play to come back to.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the right. Working a little foot magic on the sidelines, and it'll be enough for the first down.
Those corner routes are really, really good versus cover 2. You know, the corner's playing zone coverage, and that receiver can push up the field and really break out between the safety and the corner, and had a lot of success on that one.
After an unproductive first half and opening drive in the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Brown. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Period, and Auburn has the lead. They've built a cushion, they've got a nice lead. Now the task is finish the deal as you take a look at the third quarter stats. Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. So the final period starts with a second down play. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Gator! That's the way you finish a drive and put on points. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
Extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish things up with a dart from 24 yards out. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Onto the field again. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver, the different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. This crowd on hand, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They just keep firing. Pressure coming. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
Wow, well, the offense a play ago comes up with a big completion down the field, and they decide to go right back to another passing play to see if they can add on to it, and they were not able to protect the quarterback. Big missed opportunity.
The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Grabbed on the outside, it's Coleman. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Well, when you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really nice job getting it out early, and the receiver doing a nice job on his route so that the ball was right on him as soon as he turned around.
Fires to the wideout. Zips it out to his man.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Auburn going to work with another first down. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Just gets rid of it before the heat. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. Looks as if we have an injury. That last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He'll take it himself. Got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Auburn. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
Lining up to add another. The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire.
Let's go. Break. Single.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. To the air. It's Lagway. Unloads to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Wants to go up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
This is the type of play that could be a pivotal moment. Tight game, third and long coming. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
The Gators will snap it on 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Man, when you go over the middle, you got to be willing to take the punishment. You're going to get hit a lot of times anyways, so you might as well catch the football. But his arms starting to look a little bit like Reese Davis when the check comes at dinner.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
You know, it's so important for corners to be able to transition, right? You got to have real loose hips. You got to be able to change direction on a dime. And in zone coverage, when you see the ball thrown, you can break on it and force incompletions like that.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Back to throw. It's Lagway. The sure hands. It's ball. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
The Gators are moving quickly down the field. He wants to change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Jackson. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30.
they say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. Wants to throw it. Catch in the middle. It's Jackson.
I think that time offensively, we're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. And the Gators with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
You ain't getting by all these guys right up the middle unless your offensive line and your tight ends and everybody is putting in the work up front, committing to blocking. The running back does a great job finding the hole, exploding through. How about that nice, big, huge gain? If I'm the OC, let's call that one again.
And guys, if they can make their way into the end zone, we'll have a tie game in the 4th, and the stage will be set for a great finish. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And after that 1st down gasher, they're close to the end zone. 2nd and goal coming. Quarterback sneak looking for just a sliver of daylight. Scores on the sneak.
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. To throw, it's Glagway. He makes the grab. The 2-point try is good, and they take the lead. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Singleton. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. With that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
He'll throw on 3rd down. High coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces the 4th down.
moments can be tight, man. You start looking at that clock, and that thing's staring at you, so I got to pass, I got to pass. Big fourth down and short. You got to get this first down, so you got to be thinking about that first before you think about the clock.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. Stop short of the marker. Hey, stop with this defense, and they get the ball back.
Man, you feel pretty good about a quarterback sneak most of the time. Such a short yardage play. I just got to find a little crease and get through it. But this defense was more than ready for it. Built that wall up front. Nowhere to go. No push. Big stop by the D.
The handoff, keep working on that clock. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Down to the 23 for this 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
They're in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. They'll try to get outside. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They're just about to put this W in the books, guys. Comes against a ranked opponent, a team that most of us expected them to beat, and they were able to come through.
Yeah, but you're going to get challenged early in the season. It's fun to play other ranked teams and kind of see what you have. And this team kind of proven, like, listen, they're worth the ranking. They're probably going to continue to climb up the charts, handling their business early in the season against a pretty dang good team.
And I think at the end of the year, when the committee's meeting together and they're deciding which teams are going to reach the playoff, this is a game they're going to point back to. Hey, we wanted to find out more about them against a good opponent. They won the game. They took care of business. This was impressive to them.
Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that. Every time you go into the booth, I'll watch those two teams play in.